How's it going, Rackle viewers? Green Gaddy right back into it with part 2 of our Esterisle Cartography Guild 51st session. Without further ado, let's rejoin the Discord. English is hard. Let's go talk to someone else before I make more of a fool of myself.
Well, this is your fault. There, I fixed it.
Nope.
Yeah, I did.
I think you're far. Are you far away from your mic? You sound very distant.
Okay, maybe it's because I'm not yelling at you enough. How about now?
I'm trying to find a solution. Don't get upset with me.
Well, the stuff you do beforehand, if you would have known, you would have listened.
I'm sorry you cut out again.
I'm gonna block you.
Is Michael not cutting out for anyone else?
No, he's cutting out.
Okay.
No, ma'am, it's not me.
I was just trying to figure out if everyone was high.
Nope. Not this
Not
time.
enough to deal with
High
this.
on life.
It's giving me, like, no, look. I have a 0.0% packet loss rate.
That's not a lot of packet loss. You want to lose more of those packets.
No.
How does my
No.
audio sound? I changed rooms. Is there a
Sound
lot of
fine.
echo? Okay.
It's fine.
Okay, it's a bigger room, so I was worried about like echo, especially because there's not like a lot of shit in here yet.
I mean, it's a little, like, I can tell you're in a bigger, more empty room, but it's not a problem.
Man, if I had 30 goats in here, there'd be no echo.
There'd be something. There'd be a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
PCs is very good at,
Sound absorption.
I
yeah.
could make such a good garden downstairs if I had 180 pounds of goat poop a day.
I mean, you're right.
Yeah, I gotta say, that number feels like bullshit.
No, it's
No.
goat shit.
No, well, the pigs only poop like a couple times a day.
Yeah, there's 30 of them now.
Yeah, but pigs are big.
Goats are medium creatures, which means they're the same size as pigs.
Rosie could eat the shit out of a goat.
Yeah, so could I. What's your
What's
problem?
gross? Why are you eating the shit out of a goat, Michael?
There's a whole bunch of it.
We gotta get rid
What
of
are
it
you gonna
somehow,
do with it?
Nathan.
I guess that's why we have purified food and water.
Feed it to the rats.
Oh yeah. Rats will eat literally anything.
God, if only we had a druid, we could do so much with that goat poop.
We could have a sustainably functioning ship.
Shit.
Just like a full ecosystem on the bottom deck.
This is why we need a bigger boat, so we can do dumb shit like this.
Imagine trying to do all this shit on your
On the-
previous boat.
Yeah, fuck that. I would not have taken Ophio's side. I would have said, you gotta get rid of these goats, and then...
This is the upgrade. I don't know what more you want.
More. Bigger.
It came with the lost heir of the Simperan Empire as a crew member. I'm like, come on.
Don't worry, we'll make him a king. Emperor.
Who are we waiting on?
Hail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who is currently muted if he was unaware of that.
Well, he's also not in the Discord apparently.
Nope, he's definitely in the Discord.
No, not in the Discord. The other thing that we do.
The
Roll
game?
20. There you go.
The Roll 20 kicked a bunch of you.
I don't know. My internet died. I had to reset it.
So what are we gonna do with 30 goats? I didn't think this through.
Obviously.
I think. Well, it sounds like we're lighting them up for a traumatic slaughter line, buffet line for our manticore.
Oh, right. Manticore.
They're livestock. Their entire lives are just trauma.
How well is that going? Is somebody training that thing, or is it just like running wild in the hull of the ship?
I think that's
It's
Kale's
just
pet
trauma.
project.
I think we got it. We got it pre-trained.
It's my what problem?
It's your
I have
pet-
no problem.
No, I said it's your pet project.
Oh. Well, it's not my. That's Lambert's pet project.
Oh, you're right. This was Lambert. That's why he's been quiet.
I was waiting for someone to remember, like, hi, Manticore School. Manticore, hi.
Can you please train it to, like, catch sharks? I want to see it, like, catch a shark.
I don't
I
think
thought-
I need to train it to do jack shit at this
He
point.
has a name.
The entire thing was that Lambert wanted to
speaks.
ride Zara into battle.
Yeah, his name's Zara. I know this. Oh my god, can we put Drillnar on Zara and have them, like, be the ultimate badass duo?
Well, no, because that's Lambert's job.
Yeah, but fuck Lambert. We have the long lost heir of the Sinparan
Oh
Empire
my fucking god.
on a Manticore.
Get the fuck out of my ship.
This is my ship. I'm the captain.
I'm the driver. I will turn
Nathan,
this fucking
look at
ship
me.
around.
You can't.
Look
I
at
did,
me.
Terminating the countryside.
I am the captain now.
no, I did that to Gwydion. You can't do that to me.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. So, you guys fucking leave and shit. That's cool.
Yeah.
I assume you just go like along that line, basically.
Yep.
Interestingly enough,
So it's the next day.
What is that number? The fuck?
That's if I were to do all of the possible things that I could do in one turn.
So it's the next day.
calm down. Yes, for one.
Okay. Thank you.
The 18th.
Don't even get me started about the date, man. It's like the 18th.
No, I'm keeping track. It's the 18th. Don't test me.
I don't go on those.
So, I also presume that like Heinrich is to some extent like helping along like the navigation aspect.
Yeah.
Right. Would you make me a perception check, please, Heinrich? Okay. So first things first, you feel whenever you use your Elder Web compass, that vibrating sensation from like all of the different powers of Aeroth in the world. One of them is particularly stronger than the others. It doesn't feel like it's close in proximity, it just feels intense. You get the feeling this is just based on like the maps that you've seen and like the previous encounter with the spiders. You get the feeling that this is pointing in that same direction as that golden thread. However, you notice something a little off. Two of the sensations that you get, like based like over the course of this journey, like you're moving through a lot of space, so a lot of them like change in position, like your relative location changes and all of their locations sort of adjust to that. Two of them seem to remain roughly the same distance away from you, but also seem to move like what direction they are from you at any given time based on where you are at in the ship. So like one day you might use the Elder Web compass and you're like on the front of the ship and like they'll both be behind you, but if you're on the back of the ship they'll both be in front of you.
Oh, that's weird. There's something on our ship.
fucking weird.
Are they in? Can I check if they're in relation to? I guess for starters, Lucian.
I mean, you get the feeling that one of them is probably Lucian. Yes. Make an investigation check.
I know what the other one is.
Try as you might. You're it's weird. You feel like, you know, it's hovering like nearby Lucian often enough that like sometimes it feels like they're almost like the same sort of vibration, but you're unable to really track it down, especially, you know, just because you have so much else to do with the navigation aspect.
All right.
Now I'm just gonna save some time here. There are a few things that happen on the ship along your journey.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna it's gonna be a big blob of time here, real quick.
Yeah, it is.
Along the trip, a few of you notice Ilrith, you know, above deck trying to tie some ropes that, you know, just one of the ropes that keep the sails taut. He tries and tries and tries, but just not being one for physical work like this, he is just having trouble keeping them under control. A few seconds pass and Karnas walks up behind, just grabs the rope, and says, in a language that none of you understand, if I remember correctly, some fucking thing. He takes the ropes from the mind flayer and wraps them around like his elbows, and like uses them like almost like a pulley. It makes them a lot easier to manage. With this little added help, Ilrith like ties the ropes and like looks towards him. In that same language, says something. I mean, you know, you guys are watching this happen.
They are
like
bonding.
That's not what that is.
What's what that is? You just helped them out.
I mean, like,
does it look
they
hostile?
exchange some words a little bit, but Karnas does kind of like walk off in a bit of a huff. But like, it doesn't seem like particularly enraged like he had been like in previous encounters.
He's getting there.
Who the fuck knows? You know, a couple days later, just at the usual time, Dakar goes down to where Zara has like kind of made his nest, just in like a small barrel of dried meats in hand. And as you're like walking down, like he like hesitantly like gets closer to the manticore, clearly nervous around the creature. All right, Zara, got your meal ready? And like as it like just inches toward the creature, holding the food like forward and like just crouching down slightly, almost in like a defensive position. When he gets close enough, Zara jumps up slightly, just a little bit, feinting an attack that sends Dakar like falling back. The barrel of meat now like splatters across the floor.
Am I here? Like, I'm watching this happen?
Yeah.
Zara, don't be a fucking prick.
Don't worry, Bronze Scale. I'm not a mindless beast. It'd be a waste to bite the hand that feeds so readily. At least until it runs out of meat. Dakar, like, stands up, like, brushes himself out, like, just brushes himself off. Oh, good, wonderful. Yeah, enjoy.
So what I'm hearing is the pen has been made. Because it's been 3.5 days.
Sure, I don't care. It doesn't matter. The pen is unimportant. All that matters is goats exist now.
Speaking of goats,
Oh no.
we have to eat a goat at some point, right?
I assume we've been eating the goats.
Maybe not for like the first couple days, but
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta get attached. We gotta just go through and
no.
name every single one before we actually slaughter one and eat it, and have to deal with that
No.
trauma properly, like men.
Don't make me.
I don't
Do
think
that.
No, I don't think that's true.
Okay, so Ophio does not get emotionally attached to the goats, just so we're clear.
Are you sure?
You're pretty attached to that
Uh,
pig.
What's a gift?
He might
It was a big
portray that it's a big deal to everybody else, but when it comes to slaughter one for a meal, he's definitely ready and able to do that. And during which he makes kind of like a deal of it and a sacrifice to Manathos.
Manathos? Wait a minute.
Manathos.
I know who that is.
Hey, Gwydion, make me an intelligence check.
Think. Why
Gwydion
not
might know
religion?
I'll
He's a god, so
I'll allow it.
What's the point in having all these skills if it's all just stat checks?
It was particular things, but yeah. Yeah, so you've read the name Manathos before in that book of Elder Gods.
Oh, another one.
And we found things that I can't say because I don't actually know them.
So how
But
are
I-
you preparing the goat, Ophio?
You know that the title that he was given is the Twisting Plains, which is promising.
Yeah, I guess if dinner is served, Woody will bring it up to him. Manathos, huh? That,
yes.
Your being of worship?
Yes, Manathos is the creator. It is beneficial to earn his favor.
The creator of what, exactly?
The Wanti.
Ah, your people.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we've met a lot of people who worship elder gods recently.
Was a coincidence.
They are the eldest and
I'll tell you
have a
that.
chance to have more followers.
I feel like it's coming back in style, personally. All the elder god worship. That must be it.
Has its ebb and flow, but we have always maintained faith.
So, all of these meals are, I guess, made in his name, then? The sacrifice?
I'm willing to share some of them if you would wish to sacrifice to your own.
The god that I'm acquainted with doesn't really, prefer sacrifices, to my knowledge. But,
Perhaps
thank you.
if you sacrificed one to Manathos, he would grant you your perfect form from ages old.
Maybe he would, but, I'm not one to fall back into old ways. No offense, I've just done it before, and I don't know if I'd want to do it a second time.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Yeah.
It is a choice, sure.
Got made into a t-shirt, but
For
To
sure.
answer Sen's question, goat will be prepared through use of heat and spice.
Very good.
Sounds delicious.
Do these spice have name?
Yes, lots and lots of curry.
I love curry.
Oh,
Good.
that's gonna upset Gwydion's stomach.
I'm imagining like a curried shawarma.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love shawarma as well. Shawarma's great. Although
Michael's
goat
rolling.
isn't exactly typical to shawarma.
Don't worry about it.
It is in this world.
I
Now,
love
Gwydion, are you ready to kill one of the goats?
if you see it.
No.
Yes, Gwydion, let's we have to teach you.
You don't, actually.
It's very important for
Oh,
you
alright,
to know how to do this.
It isn't.
Gwydion, shut up.
Sen.
Take this knife, end that animal's life.
I-
You want to make sure the animal's relaxed. See, that's why Ophio makes sure to pet them beforehand.
No. What?
And then
What?
when
That's
you-
kind of morbid.
No, this is actually how you slaughter a goat. You want them to be nice and relaxed. Usually there's two people involved, and then the
Because
person...
otherwise they release endorphins into the meat and taint it.
Yep.
Yep.
So there's a person in the front that's like calming them, and there's a person in the back that just like silently slits their throat.
I don't think that makes it any less morbid, to be
Oh,
honest.
no, it's
Oh
super
no, it's
morbid.
horrifying.
Why do I have... Why? This is like, you're pranking me. I've killed people, human beings,
Look.
alongside you. I don't think I have to kill this goat. What is this benchmark you've set?
Okay, hold
You
on.
haven't
wait,
had to
okay.
eat the people, though. This is survival.
Okay, let's pull it back a second. You've killed people alongside us. So what's the problem with killing a goat?
It's the
Look.
fact that it's not in self-defense?
Gwydion, this is
That's
Matilda.
true. No, that's true. Fair.
Sen, it is sacrilege to name the meat gifts other than...
But you named
Well.
Pete.
you mistake me. His name was Pete. Meat. I was not attached to that pig at all.
The truth comes out.
No, you just have to replace it with another meat gift.
Well, let's just get on with the ritualistic sacrifice.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, on our way to stop a ritualistic sacrifice, we just do about 30 of them.
Why not?
Oh,
Fine.
We keep one alive. Her name's Matilda, and I gift her to Ophio.
You mean
Oh,
milk
no.
Tilda?
Me, Tilda.
Jesus Christ.
Meh.
After your goat-based dinner,
Meh.
Wait, I need to roll for this. So Ophio is not trained as a chef.
Oh my god.
no!
Here's
why
gotta be
on earth
kidding me.
would you assume that he would be? Anyone
knew.
else?
Why on earth
Maybe.
would
I trust
Matthew
people.
Matthew?
I
I
just
trust
said
people.
yes, right? Somebody asked me, like, oh, can you do this thing? And I was like, yeah, I can do this thing. It's fine.
listen, I
guys-
trust people, especially when it comes to food-related matters and
This
eating.
is sensible.
You let Kurdish cook for you for
I
like
mean, you let a cannibal
years.
cook for you for months.
I'm just
We knew
That's
it was a cannibal! We suspected, but we didn't know!
Oh, man. What do I need to roll?
yeah, you do.
A D20?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just a d20. That makes sense.
You're leaving it to chance.
Here you
I'm gonna
go.
inspire Ophio. I'm gonna inspire Ophio.
It's not a
So
skill
it's
check,
better.
though. It's just a d20.
It's not bad. A little spicy, but you get the feeling that he meant it to be. It doesn't feel unintentionally rough.
Michael, I can still taste spice, right?
What do you mean by that?
I'm immune to fire.
Capsicum is not...
It's
So
not fire.
walk me
No.
through this. If I were to pour some sort,
The answer is yes.
spicy
It would burn your
liquid.
skin. The answer is yes. It would burn your skin.
right? But
Oh, but that's a chemical burn.
would I cook? Would I cook if I did that?
I mean,
If anything, it is acid damage.
probably.
Yeah,
No.
that's how you make ceviche. You put like lime on it, and then the lime cooks the ceviche.
If anything, it's acid damage.
The answer is yes. then.
And yes, even if you were resistant to everything, spicy food is just
I could be resistant to
to
everything.
taste.
So it should be known as well. Ophio only cooks one meal a day, and he only eats one meal a day, where he gorges himself.
Of course he does that.
Ah,
Fucking
snakes.
rat.
Yeah.
And we also use every meat bit of the goats.
That's fine. There's no problem with that. People get squeamish about like, oh, it's all the leftover meat that nobody wants. Okay, yeah, and
That's what we have the
Meat.
Manticore for, and failing that, we have vats of rats.
Vertebrates.
Avarice.
Well, Lucian eats like 3 meals a day plus snacks because he has to keep up his muscle mass. So
Rationally, yeah. Okay, I'm done with Ophio's bullshit.
okay.
For now.
Bake chef.
It was a good meal. A little spicy, but nothing I can't deal with.
I liked it.
Well, we have plenty of days and plenty more goats.
Not effective.
So, are we killing one a day for the rest of the duration of this journey? Except
No,
for the
that's
one.
like way overkill. Like a goat is probably gonna last at least a couple days for the crew, supplemented by whatever Dakar is gonna make for the other 2
supplemented with
meals.
whatever, fine. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
Every 3rd day, whatever.
Well, so the goats are being used only for Ophio's gorging meal, it sounds like.
It's for the crew.
So
The
the
gorge
other
meal?
meals are probably like porridge and then like a stew, I'd assume.
Yeah, whatever
Look,
Dakar
I'm gonna
does.
be honest. The number of goats per goat is not important.
Number of goats per goat?
It's not important.
Meh.
Meh.
get him started talking about things per things.
You know, bunk beds
He'll-
are just more
he'll
beds.
keep
than
going.
beds.
I've
So
been
at some
listening
point-
to this guy for 3 days now.
How many Shreks are in a Shrek?
I'm going
Anyway.
to find
Usually
I'm
about
gonna,
2.5.
I want to talk to Ilrith and Karna separately at some point.
Okay, I mean, it's dinner time. They're there.
Okay.
It is a little, unsettling for like all of you guys to be eating curry and then like, Ilrith just like kind of picks up a rat every once in a while and just,
Well, I'll have
Ophio
you know,
doesn't
I
like
don't
that.
find it unsettling at all.
I mean, this is how he eats. So
I just got all you can eat crabs with a bunch of people yesterday, so this is not at all unsettling.
yeah,
It's
but his
basically the same
brains.
thing.
The brains are exposed ahead of time too. So
That's
I feel
fine.
like it's just as gross.
Lucian's not racist. He doesn't judge.
just he like looks over into you guys. I hope your meal is satisfying.
And I hope your meal is great as well.
It's a
Oh,
little bit
indeed.
spicy
Yeah,
for me,
Ilrith.
but
Do you like season them with different flavors, or is it always the same?
What exactly is a flavor?
oh my god. We're
That's
about to change this whole
interesting.
world.
So like one brain tastes the same, or I guess doesn't taste the same. It's just brain.
I don't understand what you mean.
So Ilrith, and I'm just gonna hold up a bit of this curry. I know you don't eat it, but if you want to smell it, can he not smell?
I don't know. Do my flares have noses?
It's hard for him. It's hard to say. He also doesn't have ears, so like
Okay.
you know
Here's-
how you care about that.
So like, you know how like things are different colors? Like you look at something that's white, okay, cool, that's white. You look at something that's blue, cool, that's blue.
The worst person to explain this.
This would be a very bad time to tell you.
He's
He doesn't
colorblind.
he doesn't see color either. Oh my fucking god, this guy has no senses.
Okay, I'm gonna go walk to wherever we keep some of the spices.
Fucking
I'm gonna bring
kid.
some back with me.
Okay, you bring back with him some like curry powder.
Okay, so Ilrith, this is salt. Can I put some on one of your brains?
Oh my god.
What is this
Okay.
phrasing?
Sure.
Now I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of the salt on there. Now this
Mm-hmm.
is what we call a peppercorn.
Oh
And
no.
I'm gonna put, and this is a little more pungent, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that on there too. Now, see if the brain tastes any difference with these on there.
Am I supposed to feed us something?
So what we have learned today is that mind flayers don't see in color, they don't smell, and they don't taste.
I'm curious, and I grab like a handful of curry powder and put it on one.
Oh my god.
All of these decisions were made ahead of time, and I am a genius.
Oh, Theo, you should have asked first.
Okay, well, I'll try again with my explanation. You see, you have eyes, you can see. Some things are brighter, some things are darker.
Speaking of
Flavors
getting
like that, but for food.
changing colors, as soon as he
Yes.
takes a hit of that curry powder, like his entire body goes from like that pinkish purple to like a reddish purple.
Oh my god. What?
Hey, Ophia, roll a D100.
Oh my
Yeah, that's
lord.
fair.
What have
You
we
just-
done?
Did you just kill him?
25.
I hope you fixed his brain.
25, huh? Okay.
Gaddy.
I don't enjoy this powder. What's his taste? In any case, the rest of the dinner goes by, and Jesus Christ, this he has to like go and like drink some water pretty quick.
Aw, the poor guy.
It doesn't taste. I don't know.
So, Karinas, how have you been doing? I cast tongues.
Well for him.
He knows some common.
Well, yeah, he knows a little bit, but not enough. Yeah, I'll cast tongues on him so everyone understands.
He understands everyone.
Thank you.
So, I don't know if you caught that. We just discovered.
I learned at least that phrase, but I find that you try to have a conversation with me whenever you say things like that, which is unfeasible.
Right, yeah.
So, we just discovered that Ilrith cannot taste or smell or see colors. How have you been?
Okay. All right. Why?
Well, I'd just like to check up on everybody.
No, you don't.
I've
He
checked up on
looks
you.
around like the rest of the crew and like,
I mean, everyone would agree with him.
just that's just literally untrue.
Yeah.
Okay, Michael, do you want me to start talking to every single crew member that you don't have names for?
No, but I'm going to assume that you're going to be as antisocial as you are with Dakar. So
No, I explicitly don't like Dakar. Everyone
Dakar
else
is
fine.
the entire
Why?
crew. If you're mean to Dakar, the crew doesn't like you either.
Yeah, Dakar's great. What the fuck?
Dakar is wonderful, and I love him.
See, you haven't even talked to your buddy for 3 days that he's been on here.
What buddy?
We're getting to that.
Oh, Gorthok, yeah.
We're getting to that. I have a whole thing written.
Getting along a little better with Ilrith than Karanas?
He's useless on the ship, just about.
Yeah.
I guess this.
Well, I appreciate it, Karanas.
Yeah, whatever. Just trying to keep the ship up and running, is all.
Good man.
So, you've been away for a while. Wait,
Yeah.
Dakar tells it you've been to some... I believe his words were underground place.
Yeah, that's a pretty apt description.
Well, he doesn't really know much. Well, I don't know much common. He doesn't really speak my language. So,
right.
without this spell, that for some reason, one of us just decides not to cast on me ever. I have a very rough time maintaining conversations for long periods.
It's a very large system of many caves and tunnels. Whole
the
ecosystems.
Underdark.
Yeah, the Underdark.
You mean the Underdark?
The Underdark.
I'm not dumb.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's like you're from an entirely different place than I am. I wouldn't know that you would know what it is or not. I didn't even know what it was until we went there.
That's not unsurprising. We've had deals with some drow before. A lot of them live underground. It's a little bright out, you see, and they don't really like that sort of thing.
Right.
The way that we sort of travel around for the most part, aside from, well, the strands do have a means to open gateways of sorts, but we usually just move the fleet to whatever nearby gateway there is naturally in the Astral Sea. They're littered about the place, go to all sorts of different planes. It's why we're usually smugglers.
Okay. Huh. So the Astral Sea is like... It's a metaphorical sea, then? Not like an actual sea?
Yeah, I suppose. It gets its name mostly because we use ships.
Okay.
From what I understand of common, at the very least. We have our own name for it, but it is close enough. It's not too dissimilar from what we're doing here. It's just there's a whole up and down situation.
Right. Huh. Oh, I guess that's that then.
Okay, I was waiting on anyone else, so. Alright. Dinner passes. But later that night, Drinar is on watch duty. A couple of you that might be up at that period of time sort of watch him make his way towards the front of the ship. You see him like reach out his hands and like igniting a small fire in between them and sending it out ahead, splitting up into like probably about a half dozen or so motes that just like continue like moving down just above the waves, just high enough for it not to be like put out by sea mist, but just lighting up the area, allowing for better visibility. Now last time you were on the ship, he still couldn't do this sort of thing. But it seems that he's recently regained his ability to cast magic.
Nice.
Probably about like probably about midway through the second week of travel. Lucian,
Yep.
You see Gorthok staring off the side of the ship, just like watching the wake of the ship spread out across the sea. He like
I'll go talk to him then.
when he sees you approach, he sort of like looks over at you. You know, it's been a while since I've been out at sea. It feels pretty good.
How's ship life treating you then?
Well, I've never traveled with such a diverse crew before. Now that I've learned they're nothing, they more or less seem like good people. Even the ones that aren't, well, the people.
Right.
type.
Did I remember to warn you about all the... I might have forgotten.
You told me about the squid guy, but there's a manticore.
Yeah, there's a... He's pretty fine. He doesn't really... he wouldn't hurt anyone. Well, as long as we feed him.
Right. I guess it's just... It'll probably take some time getting used to. Part of why I signed on, I guess. See new things.
Yeah.
I don't know. As a kid, I wanted to go out and explore the world, see what the Isles had to offer. Life of adventure.
Right, of course.
Ugh.
Yeah, you get to.
Yeah, I guess. Wow.
Something bugging you?
Just... It's weird, man. Being back here, doing this sort of thing.
What's that?
It's just... Thought I'd gave it up. Damn near 15, 20 years ago.
What made you give it up then? You enjoyed it so much.
Well, I met Tavara.
Ah, I see. Yep. That'll do it.
Yeah. After she died, I don't know. I just damn near drank myself to death when I wasn't out there getting my ass kicked in the fighting pit. But I don't know. Ever since the fight with that bull, I had this weird dream and suddenly felt like it all sort of fell away. And I woke up and felt like I wasn't drowning anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember feeling that way.
It's good.
Huh.
You alright? You look a little worried.
I don't know. I think there might be a little bit more. You don't know. Okay, you don't know anything about Elder Gods, I would assume.
What?
Well, basically, the first gods. Really, really, really old gods. And the reason I can't die, or well, I come back when I die, is because of one of these elder gods.
Well, that seems menacing. And
when you mentioned feeling like you're not drowning anymore, well, he's the god of the storming seas, and when I die, I'm underwater, but I don't feel like I'm drowning, and he's there in front of me. And so I feel like maybe the same thing that's happening to me is happening to you.
I was talking in a more metaphorical sense, but now that you mention it, that's kind of the dream that I had. Like down there, like ocean, right?
Ocean, lots of eyes.
5 of them, right?
5 of them, yep. This strange creature that you can't quite describe. Sometimes he speaks, sometimes he doesn't.
I didn't get no talking done.
Well, this does worry me quite a bit, but maybe it's a good thing. At the very least, it means you are headed for great things, I would say.
I'm not sure I know what we're talking about.
Touched by the hand of fate, I would say.
Sorry, I misclicked.
Suddenly opiate with infestation. Korthak lies dead.
I think that Aroth has granted you some of his power. At least it would seem that way.
I fucking hope not.
Yeah.
Aroth beginning everyone's business.
Fuck. Well, whatever it is, if you think it's a good sign of greatness and all that, probably nothing more than just being here helping you guys out.
Best to focus on the now. You're right.
Yeah, I'd say kind of my whole thing so far anyway, so it dangerous at all? Not being on the ship, but this elder whatever thing.
It's not usually dangerous, but sometimes when I die, I come back and I can't quite be sure, but I think something's missing. Something feels like it's not entirely correct. But I can never place my finger on it.
Alright. Don't die. Gotcha.
Same as the usual, then.
More or less. Hopefully it'll be a little easier,
I get myself into a lot of very dangerous situations.
Yeah. Well, fuck. I'm gonna head to bed.
Alright.
Get some rest.
Yeah, you too, Gorthak. Good night.
That's a typo. Huh. Look at that.
I knew you were gonna pull this, Michael. I knew it.
From level 11 to level 17, you're gonna have a good time with this cantrip. Once you reach level 17, fuck off.
Huh. Alright.
So, I'm gonna save you guys some trouble.
Okay.
And just tell you how long it takes for you to fucking get here, because it's a bit of a ways.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a 17-day trip.
Okay.
So do we get to celebrate the new year at any point on the way there, or?
You absolutely can. I was actually going to bring that up.
Well, why do you think we bought all the spider wine?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just because we're alcoholics.
Yeah. So you celebrate. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of moonlight going on right now. So you have your local dragon sorcerer, make some lights around and have a whole year's end celebration.
Okay.
1631. I'm sure it'll be even more eventful than the last year.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. The crew has a pretty good time overall. New Year sort of a thing, pretty much is celebrated the same way here as it would anywhere else, with drinking and like promising that the next year is going to be better than this one, etc. Of course, everyone also knows that it's probably not going to be, and like it's one of those whole things.
I cast tongues on Karnas throughout the night.
Hell yeah. He appreciates it. Has entire conversations with people for the first time.
Baby, I'm gonna cast tongues on you all night long.
Oh my god.
Lucian casts a fireball 150 feet into the air.
Oh,
Gwydion
yeah.
will just make illusory fireworks.
Just
Mine
like
was
opens
cool.
his hand.
I'll be playing my hurdy-gurdy very loudly. Just the jauntiest of tunes.
A night of celebration for certain.
Fireball.
But then,
And you would not believe it. Fireball blasted, and this small stinking dwarf comes flying. It was amazing.
Something bad's about to happen.
15th day, towards the end of the day, it's like not quite sunset, but it's gonna get there pretty soon. You finally see land.
I hope they're celebrating.
I don't know if they have the same calendar as you. Now, what you eventually find at this time is an island of the large mountainous regions along its northern side. But there on the southern side, there looks to be what appears to be a massive farmland tucked between some scattered crags along the surface of the island. As you get closer still, you start to see some people, what look to be dragonborn, almost.
Cool.
They're longer, less stocky build, with scales ranging from pale white to a dull yellow. They look out towards your ship and gather what looks like fish folk, not Triton, but something else, something that you've seen before back in Free Harbor, while you were attempting to flee before you got,
Oh, those things, yeah.
Now the Dragonborn very clearly have some sort of lord-like relationship over the fish folk, commanding them as they gather what looks to be baskets of produce and flowers, as the Dragonborn themselves head their way toward the shore. Now there aren't any docks on the island that you can see, at least. So by the time you guys get close to the shore, and like you lower down your dinghy and like you pow your way down, there are 4 Dragonborn with a half dozen fishfolk servants behind them, holding their baskets in hand. As you're drawing closer, one of the Dragonborn, looking to be their leader, greets you, and although you don't know the language he speaks, it rings into your ears, and you can still understand the words.
Okay.
Welcome to Ardova, friends from the Esterisles. I am Avarice, the leader of our fine village. When your friends last left us, we were expecting visitors to come sooner, but nonetheless, we are happy to have you here. Please accept these gifts from Ardova for your long journey. Without the fish folk approach, hand over the stuff.
Okay, I would like to ask, he's not speaking Draconic, is he?
No.
Okay.
He is speaking Ardovan.
Okay, so yeah, we wouldn't know the language. Alright.
He
Um,
accepts your gifts. What does he present us?
Like some bizarre pieces of produce. Whether it's vegetable or fruit, it's left to be discovered.
Okay.
They're alien to you,
Can't wait
as
to
well
do
as
it.
local, an array of local flowers in a variety of vibrant colors.
Awesome. I'm gonna ask. That's funny. Matt and I are on the same page. I was gonna say, oh, Ophio, can you grab 2 of the goats, 1 male, 1 female, please?
done. Yeah.
And then we have gifts for you also. Who
Oh,
are
let's
these
say no.
friends of ours that you're talking about?
Well, a batch of strange people from your Esterisles arrived many a fortnight ago. They came with similar means of transport as
No.
you all.
Wait, what?
I believe their leader was called Talvin. It's very similar to you in green. But
Wait,
his
wait.
ears were less pointy.
Have they left already?
No.
Yes.
Did?
Many months ago now.
They must have visited the shrine.
Damn it. They wanted to go to that tower over up north, didn't they?
Yes. We told them it was forbidden.
Oh, so they didn't go?
No.
Okay, good.
We had them for about 3 nights. We spoke of trade deals. Were you
Crisis averted.
not
Well-
told?
No. Oh boy. Are you
We have
sure they didn't go? Like they didn't sneak off for the night to go and get to it? Have you checked to see if it's been opened up?
The tower is forbidden. We haven't been there in centuries.
Let's just say there is a reason it is forbidden, and they wouldn't care that it's forbidden. They're not our friends, to say the least.
This. I am sure that they were not.
I think he's right. The light isn't shining from the top.
You're right. That hasn't been opened. Well, that's good. But
Um,
I feel like they're going to come back. Right? They're going to persist.
Almost certainly.
Where
are
I'm
my
not
hands?
sure.
I am Lucian.
A pleasure to meet you. Well, if the last visitors we had here were supposedly here under false pretense or what have you, then surely you all would be open to similar agreements.
How do you mean?
Yes.
Well, presumably, he did mention trade.
Indeed. This Tolman fellow did some talking with us. He told us much about your Esterisles, I believe he called it. It's very different from what we have here, but he was also informed us that our vegetation here on the island is quite different from yours, and we are always one to greet friends. Well, we never had visitors before they arrived, but we do think ourselves a friendly bunch of folks.
Okay. Well, we did set up trade with that other island, so presumably we would be able to do the same thing here.
Yes, we could.
Wonderful.
But first, Maybe we should have a group discussion on the ship.
Well, I guess yes, you're right.
Very well. In the meantime, when we saw you coming, we had already sent the Kuatoa to prepare for a feast tonight. Please allow us to welcome you to the island more officially.
Of course.
That sounds lovely. So we will be returned to our ship momentarily, but we will be back for the feast.
Very well. You shouldn't need to worry about the time. Our feasts typically last quite a long while. The day is still young, friend. The way toward the city itself will be shown to you by these fine guardians here. And he points to two, like these dragonborn folk, and like more like like a city, like a guard regalia sort of a thing.
Okay. Would it be possible to speak to you privately after the feast is over? I think we have much to discuss.
Of course. If the last visitors were any, if they were similar in the ways that they spoke, it could take a few days. But I would be very pleased to speak of our agreements for as long as it requires.
Perfect. All right, I guess we go back on the ship now.
Okay. Haras takes some of the Kuatoa and they head back up toward, like just along like a small road up towards the town, leaving two of the guards kind of just standing there, just waiting on your return. And you row back up and get all the way back up to your ship.
Yes.
So,
Theo, are you okay?
who?
Oh, Theo.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm just eating food currently.
Oh no, I mean your character's drunk.
That was
Oh.
last. That was on
That
New
was
Year's.
last night.
Oh, I
that was
thought it
New,
was the
that was
same
New
day.
Year's.
So, I think we should probably tell Haras about the tower, because he doesn't seem to know very much about it.
We could. I just feel like he's going to be very set in the whole "it's forbidden" thing. I'm assuming they're as zealous about that as Talvin would be about opening it up. Which leads me to my second point. Talvin, here trying to establish contact with the island, set up trade, is what he said. Right?
Do that, yeah.
Well, that was obviously under false pretenses, and I worry that if we try and do the same, it will not end well.
Well, which is why we're not going to be false about it.
Well,
I feel that that's the best way to go about
it doesn't matter how, even if we do it, because they are an empire, Lucian. They conquer things. And if we introduce them to this island full of new vegetation, then
Oh, Maryland conquers things.
Yes.
Would they do that? That seems kind of fucked up.
Yes, Maryland conquers things. They're an empire. They are imperial. That's what they do.
That other island, did we fuck them over too?
It's possible, and I'm just worried now.
Okay, well, what if we only set up trade between the island and Kara?
Well, I don't know if we need to set up trade at all. It could just remain uncontacted. I think Talvin wants this island to be known to people, because then it will make it easier for him to have access to certain things when the indigenous tribes have been integrated. If he set up trade, he would have a much larger force to get into the tower with.
We've already told them that they were going to establish trade.
Yes, so that's certainly put a hindrance on things.
I don't see why we can't just sneak into this temple. We snuck into a Durgar fortress.
Well, do we need to sneak into it? It's currently undisturbed. It is not
Well, okay.
shining or glowing.
I would like to destroy whatever the altar is, so we don't have to worry about it.
Let's take this from the angle that Talvin is trying to fulfill this prophecy. Therefore, him having access to this shrine, he would still need, presumably, my blood in order for anything to happen. Or, I guess, the head of the Marish Emperor, which is another one that is not necessarily clear, but...
I don't know. I feel like us getting into the shrine is inviting disaster.
I mean, we could just set up, like, trade between Kara and the island and then just leave if you wanted to. But I do feel like Nisha is at least trying to guide us to a path that won't make Aroth come back. So there is something important here for us to see or do.
I suppose so. That means we'll need to get access to the tower, and that could involve betraying the trust of these people.
If it comes to that, but I'd at least like to try to talk to them first.
Sure. We can try.
Trade will lead to prosperity for this island. If anything, it will only be good for them.
As long as we don't let Maryland know. Maryland is a bitch-ass empire.
We'll find out eventually. Information travels.
So the plan is to tell our hosts our intent.
I suppose so.
No.
I mean, I
No?
think that's the best way to get anything done, personally.
We should learn more about these people and their culture before we start revealing info that we have.
We should learn why the tower's forbidden.
Yeah, we can do that
Exactly.
during the feast and when we're talking to Haras afterward.
And maybe there will be a way to make it unforbidden. Probably not, but we can try.
But
If the tower is forbidden, that seems to align with your goals, does it not?
It does, but the problem is that the people who were here previously, Talvin and such, aren't going to care that it's forbidden. Eventually, they'll be back. And I think that Talvin trying to set up trade with Maryland is, well, like I said, I'm suspicious of it. I assume he's just trying to set up this isle to be ripe for the conquering. Historically, small, isolated tribes don't fare very well.
it feels like him just telling them what he thinks they want him to say, more than anything else.
Well,
Perhaps, but we know he'll be back.
well, I mean, if we revealed this tribe to the rest of the Esterisles, I don't think they would just be fine with Maryland going and fucking shit up. At the very least, Sinpera and Maryland would be very at odds with each other over that idea.
I mean, the whole idea behind the Cartography Guild was like essentially a formation of like peace. It's like the first initiative where like all the islands work together for like the first time like ever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And this new emperor has been pretty big on not attacking anybody at the very least for the last 40 or so years.
So I think it would probably be a better idea for us to share this information with the Cartography Guild, and therefore the Esterisles, and that would help to keep the peace more.
It's also kind
Sure.
of what we've been hired to do.
Well, there's no guild anymore.
What do you mean?
No, this
Well,
is a guild.
We're not under the pay of
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
under their employ at the moment. Yeah.
Yes.
You're not contractually obligated, but if you try to sell a map, they can legally sue you.
I'm just worried about the prophecy is all. I'm trying not to believe in it, but in the back of my mind, I still worry because of the way that things worked out last time. Like with the great flood in the middle of the day and all that.
Right. I think.
Aeroth seems to have a way of making these things happen. And I worry that if we go into the shrine, something will happen one way or the other.
Well, I do feel that Nishar wouldn't point us in the wrong direction as far as that goes.
Well, she certainly pointed us in the right direction. Just what we
She's
do.
going to. She's going to point us in the direction that suits her needs.
Right, and her needs align with ours. We don't want Aeroth to come back.
Heinrich Lambert.
I mean, asking me is like, I don't want to say biased. Of course,
Yeah, a little bit.
Nishar so Lambert.
Well, I need both of your opinions on all of this.
We're literally trying to stop the rituals of a coming god, and you think a simple monster slayer has input on that?
I mean, we're not just simple monster slayers, yeah. We are.
No, that's literally my entire job title.
Yeah, and you've been slaying quite well.
Yeah, there's nothing in my job description about gods.
Can you slay a
Think of it as
god?
think of
I
it as a
don't know, I've never tried.
Think of it as a promotion.
Yeah. Good monster slayer to god slayer.
If there are rituals to summon a god and give them strength, do you think there are rituals to summon a god and take their strength?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well, okay,
Excuse
so-
me.
Here's the thing. It's not so much rituals to summon a god as it is he has been sealed away and the rituals break those seals.
Hmm. Never mind then.
I mean, Opio might be onto something. Remember, there was that seal in the Dwergar fortress that was summoning and binding the devils, and I undid it, but I could have rewritten it to just make it so that the devils were under my control. There's maybe it. I mean, you could apply that same logic here. Any ritual, any binding of some sort, any seal could be, instead of broken,
would-
could be changed, altered somehow. Magic is malleable.
Maybe.
But-
I mean,
but-
you
but
would be
I
the
am-
only one with
Yes,
the know
it's-
to do it.
A little above my knowledge, but it could be something I look into. As grand as an idea as it is.
Well, yeah, if
So-
we went up and took a look at it, then maybe it would give you some inkling of an idea, at least.
Maybe, if we can't stop the ritual, we can at least change the results for when
Yeah.
it does happen, if it is prophesized and inevitable. Well, I
Right,
suppose we have
because
to get
if
to
he
the
can be
tower.
summoned or brought back into the world in a weakened state, the prophecy still becomes fulfilled, but less of a problem.
Maybe. So I suppose first things first, we need to get to the tower. Before that, we have to talk to Haras and this tribe, gain their trust, actually set up trade under no false pretenses. I don't really want to be dishonest about it. I don't feel like having this tribe turn against us, because that would probably involve having to harm them, and they don't really deserve harm, from what I can tell. Unless we get to the feast and it turns out they're just killing their own villagers and feeding them to us.
Yeah, yeah.
What are the
But
chances
surely
of that
can't happen
happening?
twice.
I'm about to say, yeah,
Well,
what
I
are the
think-
chances of that happening to us again?
Never say never. But I do think we should give them a map of the Esterisles, at least.
I don't think we should give them that.
Why?
We don't know what kind of culture they have, or how many of them are even on this island, or what kind of connections they have further east.
I mean,
They could
Let's
be
talk
well, they
incredibly
said they've
localized.
never had visitors before, so
They could also be lying. I would rather us try to give them as little info as possible until we know their intentions a bit more.
Doesn't hurt to be cautious.
he's all paranoid, but that's fine. That's fine.
I would rather be too cautious than not cautious enough in this kind of scenario.
With the world-ending kind.
We should
How's
just
about we
try-
attend to this feast then?
We should
I agree.
ingratiate ourselves with them as much as we can.
Onward.
Do we have any crew members who are particularly likable that we could bring along with us, or no?
Dakar.
We're not doing that again.
No, not for any sort of combat, just literally for the feast.
I mean, Dakar is a dragonborn, so
Oh, Dragonborn. Don't we have a dragon sorcerer of sorts?
I don't know
yes,
if he
but he's,
wants to stay hidden.
You also
he's
don't know
also
about
not
that.
a dragonborn.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You don't know
You don't,
about
you
that.
don't know.
Raphael.
You don't know about that. Come on. Not even a dragonborn. He's like a dude.
I concede to bringing Dakar with us.
I just
If you want,
want to point out I'm against this when he almost dies. Just saying.
he will not.
We said that last time.
Sorry, I heard my name.
God damn it.
Yeah, the guys on this island, they look kind of like dragonborns. We were just wondering if you wanted to come along because, you know, like bridge the gap a little bit. You know what I mean?
Suppose it would be
It's just a feast.
nice to see a more familiar face.
You'd get off the boat for a night.
Well, shit, yeah. You said it was a feast. That sounds a little bit more up my alley than last time.
If you think there are a couple of more crew, if you think there are a couple of crew members you'd like to bring along, you could take them with you too.
Yeah, I might be able to work something out.
Like
Plus one
Cody
for the
and
plus one.
Bob.
Do you know any of the crew's names?
No,
no,
she
the
doesn't.
universe has not given me the names.
There's a whole registry. We have a list of
No, we
everyone's
don't.
It's
names.
written everywhere.
We really don't.
We do. It's in our record.
I would talk to the crew if they were actual people, but that wouldn't be fair to Michael.
We have actual people.
Talk to them, or I pointedly don't like them.
I'm gonna point out Jeremy and I'm gonna say, all right, what's his name? That's what I thought. That's
the one
Jeremy.
with the one with the eye patch.
No, not the one with the eye patch. I'm pointing right at him. See?
Well, I can't see which way you're pointing.
It's the guy with the hat.
We all
Yeah,
have
okay,
hats.
a few of them have hats, but
Most of us have hats.
got the red shirt. He's swabbing the deck right now.
I'm not
They
sure
are-
what he's going for with his beard. It's
Lucian, they all have red shirts. Every crew member has a red shirt, except Dakar and
That's not good.
Ilrith. And
Listen, that's not the point. The point is I recognize him, and that's Jeremy, and you didn't know his name, but I know his name.
because he has a red shirt, why would I remember him?
You don't remember anyone.
I remember all of the times you've died.
Okay? That's like a traumatic experience, though.
Maybe the first time.
Maybe the first time. That's funny. Are we gonna go to this feast or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's eat.
All right. You lower the dinghy once more, row back over, and the guards begin escorting you back up, or rather, for the first time, up toward the city of Ardova. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
whoa, Ardova.
Woo!
Can't wait for this feast combat.
I thought you were just speaking Skyrim dragon language when you said Dova. I was like, oh yes, dragon.
Dovahkiin.
Poos.
So, did we level up?
No, you didn't level up.
Jesus.
Turbo
Why
nerd.
Great, we're level 12? Hell yeah.
Turbo
worry,
nerd.
You'll probably, yeah, he's a nerd, but
Also,
like,
also,
more.
Brigade is turd.
Alright, well, I must go. Goodbye.
Alright, goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
So how many goats did we eat? How long did it take us to get here?
I think we ate all of them.
17 days.
Only took-
17 days?
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh,
shit.
so we only ate like 6 goats or something.
Yeah. We still have a shit ton
Nice.
of goats. Awesome. Something to piss off Lucian.
Excellent.
All right, there you go. We have 24 goats now,
Nice.
24 goats.
and dropping.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
What?
What are you
Never
talking
mind.
about? You've been killing and eating goats. So the number of goats goes down?
Oh, but we gave 2 to the village as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
so yeah, we're down 8.
We're down 8. Okay.
Wonderful. All right, very good. Now,
We're down
22
almost a third of our goats. We must begin breeding now.
hey, and on the way back, you're going to use another 6 minimum.
Yeah, and that gives us a little bit of leeway. Perfect.
Well, that's why we're slaughtering the men first, so they can knock up the lady goats. And we
Sure.
still get
Goat
milk.
Well, you only need one strong goat.
Exactly. That's Matilda. He's the strongest.
Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna go on that note. Y'all have fun. Catch you all
Yeah,
later.
bye.
Yeah.
Good god, these chuckle nuts. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video, and as usual, I hope you all enjoyed. If y'all did enjoy, a great way of showing that support as always by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, sharing with your friends. And checking in next week, where we may or may not have another session with the two-parter to show off. Or, you know, check out some of my other videos where sometimes I'm the DM, where I play God, and I make people ninjas, or I make them go through Star Wars shenanigans because I thought it was fun. Who knows? Or just check out my other videos. Anyway, I digress. Once again, thank you all for watching. And as usual, cheers to those that love us, the losers that lost us, and as always, the lucky sons of bitches that get to meet us. And we will catch you all in the next video. See you then.